What's going on, everybody? Welcome into Ravens Rundown. We got a loaded show on tap for all of you guys. First off, we're going to be talking about the newest signing for the Baltimore Ravens. Cornerback Desmond King just got signed to the practice squad today. I'll have my reaction, a little bit more of a breakdown on him in just a little bit. And then at the end of the show, Harbaugh spoke yesterday to the media, announced he was going to make some big changes. You better stick around to find out what those are. Welcome into the show, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. I got a challenge for all of us, okay? I'm feeling bold. I looked and I said, what's the most liked video on this channel ever? The answer to that is 759 likes. That's the record. I want to break that today. It's November 19th. I'm feeling saucy. Let's get 800 likes on this, and I need you to help me out. All right, let's get into the tweet. This one coming from Aaron Wilson, NFL reporter, covers the Texans. He tweeted out, hashtag Ravens are signing former All-Pro Desmond King, veteran defensive back, to their practice squad per a league source. Let's get you a little bit more details on Desmond. He was the Chargers' 2017 fifth-round pick out of the University of Iowa. Go Hawkeyes. He's played in his career for Houston, Pittsburgh, Tennessee, the Los Angeles Chargers, all in the span of 8 years. And he earned All-Pro honors in 2018 as both a defensive back and a punt returner, all right? I know this is surface level and it's a practice squad signing, but I still want you guys to do something for me, and I want you to grade it, okay? We're going to get into it in just a little more in depth, but give me your grades, okay? This is going to be the YouTube ad break, or excuse me, you're about to get hit with the YouTube ad break. This is going to be the pinned comment on today's video, so when that ad break comes, scroll down, find it, and give me an A, B, C, D, or F. Let's take a look at the PFF grades for King, and honestly, they're pretty high. 312 snaps last year with Houston, 70.5 defensive grade, 70.5, a run defense grade of 78.7, tackling 72.0, and a coverage grade of 76.3. And guys, this honestly was really surprising to me. And this guy has been a guy, even the tail end of last year and into this year, was a guy that flip-flop, kind of back and forth between the practice squad and the active roster. And the fact that he played 312 snaps last year and had a 76 coverage grade and is just now being signed by this team, kind of surprising. And I'm honestly surprised he had as good of grades as he did. So why did they make this signing, Joey? That's what you're asking yourself, okay? Well, first off, I think they believe that he can be of great, not great importance, but I think they think he can be an addition to the secondary. But also, my belief is he's coming in to take over Arthur Maulet's role, okay? I talked to our Texans Today host, Jeremy Chuggs. He said he's a guy who's more of that nickel corner you put in on third down, dime packages, who covers those inside slot receivers. He's not great one-on-one. He's never going to be your guy that you say, okay, go cover the Devontae Adams, the Jamar Chases, the Justin Jeffersons. But he's a really good slot corner. Not super fast, but he's physical. And Arthur Maulet, you guys didn't know, is kind of dealing with a little bit of injury. I know we just got him off IR. Unfortunately, it sounds like I would not be surprised if he's headed back there sometime soon. Bo Smolko tweeting this out from Harbaugh's press conference yesterday, saying Ravens coach John Harbaugh didn't have much in the way of injury updates. But he did say he didn't think cornerback Arthur Maulet calf injury would land him on injury reserve. We'll just have to see how it heals. I know it says right there he didn't think it was going to land him on injury reserve, but also when a coach just says, we'll just see how it heals, I don't necessarily like how that sounds either, okay? So this is my thought. Desmond King comes in here, maybe spends a week, maybe two on the practice squad. I would not be surprised if he gets activated in this active roster. And heck, I mean, you saw the PFF stats. Those weren't just from 2018, his all-pro year. That was last year with the Texans. I think this is a guy that can be of importance, and I think that this is a guy who can be a big addition to this secondary, okay? Coming up, we're going to talk a little bit about Harbaugh and the way he's changing things up. Okay, what he had to say in yesterday's press conference that needs to get you excited for the possible future of this Ravens defense. But before we get into any of that, I got to give a massive shout out to the sponsor of today's video, and that is our friends over at Ollie. Ollie is easily my favorite sponsor we have on this show, and not just because I truly believe in the product, but because I get to see my dog Applesauce even when I'm at work, okay? My wife works from home. I don't. She gets to spend all day with her. I got to come to the office, only see her at nights. But that's the best part. She brightens my day. So today's episode is brought to you by Ollie. It's clean, fresh nutrition for your dog. And right now, Ollie is offering a fantastic deal to let your pup taste test a personalized meal plan. Get 60% off your first box of meals when you use promo code ChatSports at Ollie.com. And 5 flavors they'll absolutely love. You don't have to be a vet to know that feeding your dog real whole foods with minimal processing is one of the best choices you can make for their health. A perfectly portioned whole fresh food diet has been proven to extend your pup's life by 2.5 years, and who doesn't want more time with their best friend? Here's how it works. You fill out Ollie's 30-second quiz. They'll create a customized meal plan. Ollie then crunches the numbers and recommends the right recipes and daily portions for your pup. For any first timers, Ollie will send out your pup's first box with 2 weeks worth of meals and a guide on how to gradually switch them over to their new diet. Ollie offers 3 meal plans to choose from, so you can choose between a full fresh plan, fresh chopper plan, or a mixed plan with their freshly baked recipes. And I know what you guys are saying on the other side of the screen right now. You're saying, okay, this all sounds well and good, but my dog sometimes has stomach issues, and it's really hard to switch dogs off from one food to the other because the only thing they eat all day. Well, that's what's so great about Ollie, is they know how difficult that can be. So when they send you your box of food, they send you a pamphlet with it, and it gives you a step-by-step, day-by-day kind of portion control of how much of the new food to mix with the old food. So that way in just 7 days, you heard me, in just 1 week, your dog will only be eating Ollie. So head over to Ollie.com, tell them all about your dog. Use code ChatSports. You'll get 60% off your first box of meals when you subscribe today. Head to OLLIE.com and enter code ChatSports. Get 60% off your first box. They offer a clean bowl guarantee on their first box, so if you're not completely satisfied, you can get your money back. Alrighty, let's talk about the change that Harbaugh stated yesterday. He said that planning moving forward, Darius Washington and Kyle Hamilton will be this team's 2 starting safeties, okay? And I think that is absolutely huge. I'll dive deeper into the numbers in just a little bit, but let's hear from Coach himself. Darius had earned that opportunity and had earned that chance by the way he practiced and also by the way he played when he was in there during the course of the season. He's talking about him starting and playing the majority of the snaps against Pittsburgh. That would definitely be a formula moving forward. Still, the guys that are here with us are still going to be working to do whatever they can to help us win. So he said that this was going to be a formula moving forward, and I think it's a fantastic deal because when you just look at the highest graded players against Pittsburgh, first off, not really surprising. The top 3 are all defensive players. But what is surprising is Darius Washington, in his first real extensive action in an NFL game, he's right there with 73.0 grade, right? You got Roquan Smith at the top of the list, 83.8. Kyle Hamilton, 78.8. And then right under Washington's likely with 70. And Daniel Falele, nice, with a 69.0, okay? So he got the majority of the playing time. He got the majority of the snaps. I think he logged the second most snaps on this team. It's because Marcus Williams, he didn't play a single snap. The $70 million safety, ride the bench. Honestly, I'm fine with it. He sucks. Eddie Jackson, he was a healthy scratch, meaning he was inactive, and it had nothing to do with his injury status, okay? And I'm not surprised that Darius got the nod over either of these guys because when you just look at their coverage grades, okay, what you ask safeties to do, and I get it, you ask them to tackle, you ask them to play the run well, sometimes you even ask them to rush the passer. But we all know the bare bones, the job of the safety is to cover wide receivers. And their coverage grades, I mean, it's a no-brainer. It is a no-brainer. He has a 79 grade, and the other 2 are in the 40s and the 30s. Absolutely abysmal, okay? It was only a matter of time that this happened, and I'm just thankful that it has, okay? Because through the first X amount of games this season, we know this defense hasn't been great, especially the secondary, but what they were able to do on Sunday against Russell Wilson and this Steelers offense that since Wilson has been at the helm has been pretty solid. I mean, it was a total and complete turnaround, okay? Wilson had a completion percentage of just under 64, 205 total yards, didn't throw a touchdown, threw a pick, and had a QBR of 14.5. By the way, that's his lowest QBR since November of 2021, okay? You still look at this pass defense, though, and they still have a ways to go. Ranked 32nd in yards per game, 27th in yards per pass, 31st in pass percentage, 30th in yards after catch, and 27th in yards after catch over expected. Now, there was a slight jump up in each of those numbers after that game against the Steelers, but we all know that isn't good enough to win a Super Bowl ultimately, okay? So this move, putting Darius Washington in this starting position with Kyle Hamilton, okay, I love it because the secondary needed a change, and through one game, it's really paying off. And I'm excited to see how it was. And most of everything, guys, I'm just really happy and really just like, I don't know. It sounds like I'm giving Coach Harbaugh props for just being a coach, but I love that this team didn't just stick to their guns and say, no, these are the guys that we thought were going to be good during the preseason, during the first couple weeks. We're going to stick with them. No, he made a change, okay? He sat a guy that's making $70 million in his contract, okay? That takes balls to do, and I think it paid off for him. So if you had to pick one of the two of these guys, I know it's kind of a no-brainer, and I know I also had a typo there, but if you want Ardarius Washington, give me an AW. And if you want Marcus Williams, go ahead in the comment section down below and give me an MW. Guys, I'm going to remind you again, we're trying to break records today on Ravens Rundown. So if you haven't already, go hit the like button and slide yourself over, find the subscribe, and hit that too. Thanks so much for joining us. Y'all have a fantastic day.